when Forbes Field once stood. We are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Jarrett able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
1st down and goal to go.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fighting his way through contact. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at about the 32.
12. 180. What is that?
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
What is that?
Burrow will throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Here we go.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now it's Burrow. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Xavier McKinney, the one to get a hand on it defensively. You look at this Steeler defense. They've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
2nd and 10.
11 Thomas. Here we go.
Now Burrow. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Gun. 180. What is that?
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good for a Bengals 1st down.
11, 12.
And goal at the 3-yard
Here we go.
line.
Sanders will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Burrow looking to pass. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Touchdown! Chase Brown. His 104th career touchdown. One shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Bengals are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's He's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
180. 11.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
11.
Now it's Burrow. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
A 50-yard attempt.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
Acrisure Stadium opened back in 2001 and has tormented kickers ever since because it's one of the toughest venues in the league to connect from deep, especially when you're driving towards the open end of the stadium. He had the leg for it, just couldn't get it lined up properly.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's 4. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
The Steelers at 2 and 3 here to begin the new season. And they were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
2nd and 1 at the Bengals 39-yard line.
2nd down and a yard.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Up the middle they go. Green.
And he will have the Steelers 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ready, break.
7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Got it. Ready?
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
At the 13-yard line.
Back to throw. Jarrett. On the right side, caught by Green. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. 14, Bengals 7. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
This is Brown going up the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Here we go. Stop.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. From the 31, here's 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw. Jarrett. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jarrett. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he will have a Steelers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now a give right side. It's Green. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll run on 1st down. Green. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1.
46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
You hate that for him. He gets so close on the big run, but has him in excellent position.
And I know there's plenty of competitive spirit on the defensive side of the ball, but part of me wonders if they would have just preferred him to go ahead and take it into the end zone rather than deal with him again on a likely carry on this down.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Steelers have moved out in front.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly.
This is caught inside the 15. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Gun. Start. 180. Start.
Brown will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. He'll get this to Ward. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
On one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go. 180. Play cut.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
3rd and 4.
Gun. Shot. 180. Hot. Shot.
They're blitzing, coming after Burrow. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
On the return, Austin.
Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Back to throw. Jarrett.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Toward the sideline, intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw.
That's taken in by Arroyo.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's a gain of 4.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what the
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He finds his man complete. That's Frazier. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Here we go, here we go.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense.
Here we go.
We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. That is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's caught. It's a rookie from Oregon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Slot man moves right. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. Only able to gain a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Second down and 8.
Here we go.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 38. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that will bring up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 9 now. This one finds Austin out right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On 1st down, Green. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. Looking to throw. Jarrett. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jarrett. His throw incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Jarrett. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
70 Lions.
Austin's got it left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Calvin Austin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, good return up past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there at 22.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Higgins goes in motion right. Now Burrow.
And that one complete once again to Higgins.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process.
Here we go.
No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it.
2nd down and 3.
Here we go, here we go.
Right back to Brown. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
3rd down, here's Brown.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Chase Brown
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense
no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
A great job there, and that old cliche, take it what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
And 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st down in field goal range already. They'll run on 1st down. It's Green.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Green. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow.
Now they go screen. It's complete.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them. Maybe it'll slow the pass rush down a little bit.
Now Brown already lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Now Burrow going to change things up.
11 mighty.
From the gun, a give to Brown.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Second and 6 coming up.
Let's get set. 180. Plays high. Hot. Stop.
Throwing, Burrow.
This will be caught by Brown. And out of bounds right around the 20.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw, Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Running right, here's Brown. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Burrow.
The Steelers' 6-yard line.
And that will be incomplete. 4th ticks left here on the clock. Defensively now, one more play to stop. What are they looking for?
You want to take away their number one running option that you scouted and take away their number one receiver and see if someone else can beat you.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's third and goal.
180. 11 empty. 11 empty. Stop.
A final shot now for Burrow. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And now time for one final play that has to be obviously in the end zone.
Can't wait to see what they call, but you want to get it to your best player. Sometimes you have to do it by formation. Move everyone to one side, and maybe he gets a one-on-one isolated on the backside.
Gun. Stop. Big 13. Big 13. 11 common. Stop.
They'll try and run for it with Brown. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line.